In this video, I'm going to show you how to create a very simple Excel spreadsheet by entering text and data, as well as a simple formula, then formatting the cells. And at the end, you'll have individual practice. So first of all, to open an Excel application just like this, go ahead and click on the Start button, All Programs, then Microsoft Office, and then Excel. Another way is you can just type the word Excel in the search box, and then there is Excel. You can click on it. So once you open it, just go through the menu tabs here. They call labels, and then ribbons, and then we're going to be using mainly the tools on the home ribbon. Okay, so then here is a name box or address box, and this is a formula bar, and then we have columns A, B, C, D, and so on, and then we have rows 1, 2, 3, and so on. So at any given cell, for example, this cell is active, and it has an address which is D8. So why? Because it's on column D and row number 8. So other cells the same thing, like that. And of course you can select a range of cells. So let's say from A to D here. So click and hold it down and drag it to the right, and you'll see a guided box. And then once you have that and release your button, then that's how you select a range of cells. Okay, so first of all, we are going to enter some text. So I'm going to click on the cell A1 and then enter the following. So ABC Cafe quarterly sales report, then enter. So once you enter, that's the active cell goes right below the current cell. So from here, enter, then you come down here. So let me click on the cell A1 again and look at the formula bar. That's the content of the cell. And if I click on B2 in the formula bar, it's empty. Well, even though the text that I just entered shows over B1 and C1, they are not the actual content of those cells. Okay, and then I'm going to select B2, then enter quarter 1 space 1, and I'm going to use a tool called autofill and select the cell, and then you'll see the square around it or lines around it, and then in the bottom right corner you'll see a little tiny square, and move your pointer to that, and the pointer changes from white cross to solid black cross. Once you have that, click the button, mouse button, and hold it down and slowly drag it to the right, and you will see a little bleep showing quarter 4, then release the button. So it autofills the range of cells, and Excel is smart enough to figure that if I have quarter 1, the next one is quarter 2, quarter 3, and quarter 4. Okay, and then let's put branch names. So we have downtown, enter Capitol Hill, enter, let's say, University District, and then enter. And again, you notice that some text kind of overflows, but that's not exactly true. So to make it lined up, you can move your pointer between the column A and column B. There's a border, and the pointer becomes double-headed arrow. So once you have that, click and hold it down and drag it to the right somewhere around here to line up so that column A, the width widens. So you can also narrow it down or widen it even more. Okay, so I'm going to bring it back here. And then I'm going to enter some data. Okay, there you can enter data like a 100 and then click here to 100 and then 300 and then click here 400 and so on. You can do that. However, there's an easier way. So I'm going to highlight this and then press the delete key on my keyboard to get rid of that. The easy way is you can click, hold down the button, and then drag it to the right. You'll see the range of cells that where I'm going to enter data, and release the button. So let me do it again. Click, hold it down, drag it to the right, and release the button. And then the active cell is the first cell that you clicked. So I'm gonna I don't have to look at the screen. I can just look the data sheet on paper or another screen or just keyboard. Doesn't matter. So 100, then press enter. 200, enter. 300. Whoops. 300, enter. 400, enter. 500. I can just keep going. And then start with 100 again, enter. So by using the enter key, the active cell moves to the bottom and then moves to the top to the right and so on. Also, you can use a tab key. Tab key goes to the right. So enter key goes down, tab key goes to the right. Okay, and then click somewhere else to deselect it. So that's basically that's the data, and these are called text. And then let's apply some formulas. So click on F2 and type the word, let's do average here, and then enter. And then in A6, let's say total. So I want to get the totals of quarter 1 here, quarter 2 here, quarter 3 here, and quarter 4 here, and then average of downtown here, Capitol Hill here, and University District here. Okay, so what is a formula? Formula allows you to analyze the data, and you can manipulate to calculate or analyze the data. So it is a very important tool in Excel in many aspects. I would say if you master Excel formula, then you know basically 90% of Excel. So formula has basically 3 components. So Excel formula starts with an equal sign, so that's the first component. And then you could have something called functions, such as sum. And also you could have cell reference, so B3 plus C3 plus D3 plus and E3. So see little color codes like a B3 and B3 here, C3, green, green, purple, and I think that's brown or wine color. And so that's how you can identify cell reference in color as well as row and column. So you can see you have cell references, and then you have operators like a plus sign. You could use a minus sign, or if you want to, you can use a division, that's /, or asterisk is a multiplication. And then also you can add just absolute value. Let's say you want to add 100 to on top of whatever the value you have here. All right, so I'm going to delete this, highlight it. Okay. To add these numbers, there's a very simple way, which is starting from selecting the cell where you want to, let's say, have the average of these numbers, and then on the Home tab you'll see Editing Tool Groups, and then you see little Greek letter sigma. That is, in mathematical term, that's summation or sum. And I'll go ahead and click on this, the tool, and then you'll see very busy marching ants going around the range of cells, indicating that these are the cells that the function is going to work with. And the function here is called sum, S-U-M. Basically, it's going to add the values within this range of cells, which is B3 there and E3. So once you confirm, let me click on the formula bar here. So once you confirm the correctness of the formula, and then hit the enter key. Okay, and then that's the formula entered here, and then you see the value. So let me do it again. So select the cell, and then click on the sum or sigma button. Confirm visually with the marching ants for the range of cells and the function that you're using, and then hit the enter key. So once you have that, you can use the autofill again. So click on the cell and then look at the bottom right corner that there's a little square thing, and then move over. You see solid cross, from white to solid cross, and then click, hold it down and drag it down and let go. And you can see in the formula bar, look at the formula bar here, you can see it's adding B3 E3, this one B4 E4, and this one B5 E5. So again, Excel is smart enough to figure it out as you autofill down or to the right or left, for that matter, or up. It increments the cell reference by 1. All right, so similar way for totals of the quarter 1, for example here, click on the cell where you want to put the formula, and then click on the sigma button. Oh, I'm sorry, I meant to do the average. Okay, this is bad. Okay, you know what? I'm going to delete this. That's okay. So let me just do the total or the sum here, and do this sigma button. Click on the sigma and marching ants, and that's what you have. You can see the sum for function and the range of cells, and this box around or marching ants indicating the range of cells. And then click, and then point to the bottom right corner, click, hold it down, drag it to the right, and you can see the range of cells here, right, changes from B3 B5 to C3 C5, D3 D5, E3 E5 according to the columns here, right? So that's sum. Okay, let's come back here. I meant to do the average. So how to do average? It's very similar. There's one slight change. So click on the cell where you want to put the formula, and then on right next to the sigma button, there's a little drop-down menu, which is a little triangle, down with a triangle, and click on it, and then you see other options such as average, count numbers, maximum or minimum, and there are more functions as well. But for now, we're going to do average. Click on average, and you'll notice that the function here is called average, not sum. Okay, but the range is same, B3 to E3. Okay, and once you confirm that's correct, and hit the enter key, and then do the autofill. Click down here. Okay, so that's it. All right, so next step. So these are the called formulas. So you may wonder, okay, what happens if I change, let's say it was not 100. In fact, it was 500. What do you think will happen to the total for the quarter one? Well, it changes automatically because it is using a formula rather than if I just had 600 and it changes back to, let's say, 100 or for that matter 1000, it doesn't change. But let me change it back to 100. If I had that formula, it updates automatically. That's the beauty, that's the advantage, and that's the power of using spreadsheet and using formula. All right, so that's the difference between the data and information, or the formula. So you do it manually, change it manually, and the formulas updates automatically. All right, so now let's apply some formatting. So this is the range of table. Okay, so you can do it from A2, hold it down, drag it to the bottom right corner, and release the button. If you happen to go one more, that's incorrect because you are highlighting the empty column. If you go down this much, again, that's incorrect because you are highlighting empty row. So click A2 and then F6 and release. And then you can apply some formatting. On the Home tab, you have a Format as Table in the Style. Click on it, and then you may choose any style you want. Doesn't matter. And let me just go ahead and use a medium style, a little burgundy color or brown color. Click, and then you have a little dialog box saying Format as Table. So that's the range of cells. Okay, you see little dollar signs. You don't need to worry about it for now, but basically from A2 through F6. And then you'll notice that the checkbox is on for my table has headers, which means that quarter 1, 2, 3, 4, and average. So click on OK, and then it applies different colors here. And also you see a little drop-down menu like here and so on. These are tools that you could use for sorting and filtering and that sort of kind of things. That's basically kind of a database tools, but we're not going to use it for now. So, and I want to remove those option buttons because that kind of interferes with the text or the column headings. So select any part of the table here, and then you will see a new tab added, new ribbon added called Table Tools and Design. So click on the Design tab, and then under the Tools group, click on Convert to Range. So, and it's confirming, do you want to convert? Yes. Basically, I want to remove the kind of table tools from this table. So it becomes just text and boxes and formulas and some background colors and lines and borders and so on. No sorting, no filtering, anything like that. So it looks cleaner. So it's, if you're going to use that for some kind of publication or PowerPoint slideshow, this is the way you do. Otherwise, you'll have little drop-down menus everywhere. So that's not good. So that's how you remove the table tools. Okay, so the next thing would be, okay, let's see. Oh yeah, let's get rid of column 1. So click on the cell, beat A2, and press the delete key on your keyboard, and that get rid of it. And then you highlight downtown through total, and let's apply some formatting. So here on the home tab, you have kind of a common formatting tool such as bold. You can change the color of the text. So click on the more button here, and then let's see. Let's say dark blue, and so on. So if you want to apply bold for the totals and average, that's good, and so on. Okay, and lastly, let's center this title of the table, which is not a part of the table itself, but it's the title. So the common sense says click on the cell and then go to the alignment group and then click on center align. So click on it, and it centers within the cell, which is not exactly what you wanted. So how do you fix this problem? So I want to have centered along between these cells. So you click, hold down, and drag it to the right, and then you select. That's how you select the range of cells, as you know. And then we are going to use a tool, kind of an Excel's special tool called Merge and Center. So click on it, and it merges those cells that are highlighted, and then it centers the text. Then I can apply, formatting like a bold, italic, and change the background to something different, and increase the size of the font, change the font. Well, probably not. So that's how you do it. That's how you merge and center. And then go ahead and save it. So to save it, you can go to File and then click on Save As. If you were to save it on the local hard drive, and also if you have a SkyDrive linked, you can use the Save As. Otherwise, you can use a Save and Send. Then you could use SkyDrive and the Save to Web, or if you have a SharePoint, or other ways you can email and so on. So for SkyDrive, you click on the File, Save and Send, and Save to Web, and log in. Sign into your SkyDrive or any the cloud computing storage space. And that's it. And also, if you have the other worksheet, you can scroll down to the bottom of that worksheet, and there is an individual work, so you can practice on your skills.